You're doing a happy dance. I'd like to hear your response.
Offerings for the position. And you so busted yourself. Sorry, man, you did. Let me back up. But, yeah, I do know what God is. He's self-existent. He's eternal in his nature. He's holy. He's perfect. He's spiritual. And I can describe him that way, and I can describe him by his attributes as well. Now, you don't have to accept him, but this is the revelation of the Word. All right, now, tell you what, I need to get going in 6 minutes. Let's get to this point of something. All you atheists, how many? If you're an atheist, can you just type the letter A? I'm just curious to know how many are in here. And if you're a Christian, let me work this out for you. Atheists, all atheists. One Christian so far, not even. Okay, good. I'm actually able to conceive of a logical absolute doesn't mean that you can account for them. Being able to conceive of it doesn't mean you can't account for it. Now, I think what would be a really good discussion, I'd be willing to come back in a few days, a week, whatever, but we have a discussion, because this is something I honestly, I'm getting back in the camera here, I honestly want to discuss this with atheists. I think, B.S., that you're of sufficient quality in character to be able to have I believe very firmly that atheism is a philosophy. It has certain tenets, certain parts that make it what it is. Otherwise, you couldn't all identify yourselves as atheists. I'm also going to assert that within the atheistic perspective, you must assume, because I don't believe you can prove it, but assume that the universe works strictly and completely off of, I don't know how to say this the right way, physiochemical things, that the matter and energy, to oversimplify, matter and energy in the universe govern everything in the universe. Your physical brains work under those limitations. Your physical brain, according to an atheist perspective, is nothing more than the result of the chemical reactions going on. You're nothing more than that. How is it that you could then say, from your atheist perspective, transcendent logical absolutes can exist? You could say that, because all that would be happening, if I say this, the chemicals in your brain react, and you blurt out some response. How do you know the response is logically inferential? How do you know it's logically necessary? And how do you know it isn't nothing more than a chemical reaction? This is where atheism is utterly bankrupt in its ability. We're not of the atheist perspective, because in my debate in UCLA, I'm going to be using this. And I just want to do some homework ahead of time. Now, there you go. The science pundit. Not all atheists are reductionists. I know. And I want to discuss with atheists their perspectives and say, yes, I'm a dualist, I'm a substance dualist, yes, I'm not a substance dualist, I'm a physicalist, or I'm a materialist, and we define these things. Because I really want to understand this. Because the more I study atheism, the more I'm absolutely convinced it is absolutely bankrupt. Irrational.
Matt, I want to hold off because it's going to open a whole can of worms, and we're going to be battling over who gets the last word. I'd rather just give you the last word now, but I do use not on that, and when I do, I will respond right away, and hopefully we can get this squared away. I want to leave you to anyone. The logical argument is persuasive. The teleological argument is persuasive. I've known many Christians who have turned Christian from atheist, citing those been won over by tag. And if not, do you use it just to win, or what?
I'd be glad to respond. Tag is said by some to be a form of the cosmological argument. We'll get into that. I haven't heard of anybody converting from atheism to Christianity from tag. Doesn't mean it's not a valid argument, though. I have had a lot of people convert to Christianity from other arguments and things like this, and just stuff that I wouldn't even think would have mattered, but at any rate. So there's that, and I was going to say something else, and I forgot what it was. But let me just end by critical about it at the same time. I don't think you're the kind of guy who would take things personally and just be obstreperous and whacked. And I like finding atheists like that, so you're a good guy that way. Too many of them are just, buttheads. And yes, a lot of Christians are the same way. So, having said that, it's good. I think I'm going to come back because it's been fun. I've been enjoying it, and we'll just see what happens. So let me know how often you're on, and we'll see. Oh, I do plan to do a video response, and I don't want to bore you with how busy I am and what's going on. We got some serious issues we're having to deal with the ministry here, and we're just trying to get everything squared away. Nothing immoral, nothing illegal. It's just, so many things. You know how it gets sometimes. It's like, oh my goodness, we got a lot to do. And it's just really kind of important stuff. Why I've been really slacking on that. I haven't been doing vids, period. Even easy ones.
What do you use tag for?
I'll let you have a last word on that.
No need for a last word. You take care of yourself. Get done what you got to get done, and hopefully we'll get to continue this soon. Take care.